Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 3rd to the 10th of August 2014. We begin the week on a fairly quiet note, but we have the Sun, Mercury and Jupiter all making a tough aspect to the Moon and Saturn. So we have Leo square Scorpio energy going on. And this is calling us to actually go in and find the deep truth first before expressing it on the outside. Because what you'll find with Leo is there's a lot of radiating, expressing, sociability, positivity, but it can be a lot of hot air as well. So the Scorpio angle pulls us in to find a deeper meaning, to find what it is that we really want to say and really want to express. So it's going deep inside first, into the darkest places, shining a light there, finding what really matters, the passion and the dynamism inside, and then maybe saying less but saying it more meaningfully. So it's fairly slow start to the week, very strong personal energy, and then by midweek we have the Moon moving into a very truthful Sagittarius. And I feel that this will very much add to whatever's happened on Monday and Tuesday, as the truth will out. So Sagittarius is blunt, direct, and points its arrow directly to the centre of our galaxy. And Sagittarians are said to be blunt and direct and truth-seeking and truthful. So there's a real element of fire, but coupled with the truthfulness. It's going to matter this week what actually is real, what's perceived, what's on the outside as just wrapping paper, but what's actually the flame, the inner, the present inside. So that inner fire is what Sagittarius calls us to. It's the sage, it's the ancestral spark, and it's the wisdom of the ages. So maybe have a look at what you're saying, how you're saying it. Can you say it more concisely? Can you pause and go inwards first rather than just spouting whatever comes into your head? Because by the time we get to Friday, we have the Sun together with Mercury in Leo. Now it's said that when Mercury and the Sun are together, Mercury tends to kind of get burnt out. But this is a bit of a negative take on the situation. I feel that when the Sun and Mercury are together, we express our truth. We actually just radiate it from a cellular level rather than having to think and speak and communicate and be heard. So by Friday, the communication could get even less, and we could just transmit. We could just radiate from our soul level our communication without the need for words and comprehension and dialogue and all the outer audio stuff. So there's an honesty, a simplicity, and I feel that if you watch for Friday, people will actually see you as you really are, rather than you having to explain yourself. So make sure that you're all polished up on the inside and actually you know who you are, because that's the whole point of astrology, is to know yourself. So once we've had the Scorpio beginning of the week and then into honest Sagittarius, we can just sit back and be ourselves, and there should be a greater comprehension. Then the big deal this week is the full moon in Aquarius at the weekend. So Leo opposite Aquarius, we have the Sun in Leo opposite the full moon, reflecting back all that Leo sunlight onto the earth. And the message of Aquarius is to know yourself and to maintain your integrity when joining the group, so that we can move forward as individuals but together. So it's not about losing yourself in the group, and it's not about independence and doing everything on your own. It's about knowing your own tone, being very honest, finding that inner tone, and then adding it to the group so that we can all walk forward with vision. It's the rebels, so you can have some novel ideas, and they say that we don't get out of the box with the same thinking that got us into the box, so you need to kind of break the mould, think very, very differently, and Uranus is there in Aries helping to rewire our brain and change our neural pathways. So there could be some rebellious, independent, visionary thinking, but that will add to our independence and our knowledge of ourselves, rather than just being a rebel for the sake of it. The rebelliousness needs to be what has to go, and to come up with the new ways, that what can replace it, what is good to go forwards with, rather than just rebelling for the sake of it. So if we're going to protest, then we need to know what we're protesting against and actually take that again inwards and make those changes inside before we step out and create a new world around us. So it's purity, it's unconditional love, it's giving of ourselves but not giving over of ourselves that Aquarius speaks about, and to realise your magnificence on a vibrational level, that what you're walking around being is actually what's adding to the group, not necessarily what you're saying and trying to project. So it's a great honesty, it's a great expression, and the Aquarius full moon at the weekend will be able to show us what we're transmitting and what we're receiving, and to clean up those vibrations. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. My reading for the month is the Love and Relationships reading, which I'm offering at a £10 discount, because this seems the perfect time to go in and have a look at the harmonic of our relationships. As we go into the age of Aquarius, we're learning to be more unconditional about our love and deal soul to soul with people rather than from the psychology personality level. So many people have got an imbalance, which has been taught to us through many media channels over centuries, between the masculine and the feminine. Everybody's pushing forwards dynamically, perceiving, receiving or waiting or holding the feminine energy as passive and weak. So this reading actually has a look at the balance of the masculine and feminine, how to be more magnetic and attract to you the people, the love, the soul connections that you're looking for, and also what your story is. What have you built up? What's your subconscious telling you when you look back? What kind of people and experiences have you got a pattern there? What have you attracted, and where is that being attracted from? Because once we clean that up, then we're attracting from a more expanded, higher consciousness place, and relationships just naturally get easier. So when we look at our history, we can see the type of people, we can see the sign that they're born under, what they actually came to teach us as a soul contract, and what our subconscious is actually doing to attract those situations towards us. And this gets rid of a lot of the fear, because many people I meet are afraid of getting into a relationship. They say, I'm afraid of getting hurt, or I'm afraid of rejection. So we go in and do some deprogramming on that level, because there's no need for fear at all. You're literally attracting to you that which you want to learn. So it's you that's doing that in the first place, and it's very difficult to be afraid of you once you realise that. So this Love and Relationships reading is part deprogramming, part rebalancing, and part clearing, so that we can actually elevate and attract soul connections that can flow healthily. So if you'd like to take up the special offer of a Love and Relationships reading while we're dealing with the heart of Leo, while we're expanding into a better state of being, then please do contact me via my website www.astrozo.com, and the email address is there, so just drop me a line and we can arrange a time. I operate on Skype, phone and in person across the world, so that offer is open globally.